Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK for another action figure unboxing and review. And Merry Christmas to all, as this is the first post-Christmas 2023 video on the channel. And what do I have today? Well, AEW Action Figures is the Unmatched collection. It's Series 8, and they have arrived here on the UK shores. So it seems that the UK has beaten the US to this wave at least, and we have them in hand first. So shout out to Rock and Roll Collectibles, where I picked these up from. So do head over their way if you're after any of these AEW figures. And these are the three that I went for from Series 8. And as you can tell, CM Punk front in centres, one of my absolute favourites of all time. And this, of course, is his Ring of Honor attire. Now, I thought this figure may have got cancelled, but it seems like it didn't. So let's take a closer look at the packaging here. And as you can see, there is old Phil himself, CM Punk in the Luminaries collection. So there's all the version of classic superstars. So an old Ring of Honor image of Punk there in the classic yellow tights. And I think potentially for the first time in action figure form with the blonde hair. Not 100% sure, but I think it might be. So there is Buddy Matthews, of course, Mr. Rhea Ripley, Lucky Git himself, at the back there with his House of Black attire on, looking rather nice. And over we come to Brody King himself, another man full of tattoos. We will get these unboxed, of course, and look at all that tattoo detail. But there is the front of the packaging for you. I'll give them a spin around and we'll look at the side and the back. So here we have the side of the boxes, and of course, as this is my first AEW figure review on the channel, we will take a closer look. These do remind me of the Jack-specific WWE Classic Superstar boxes. It's the nostalgia these kind of bring back for me. So you can see the numbers there, 62 for Buddy Matthews, 59 for CM Punk, and 61 for Brody King. And the Luminaries collection, you can tell the difference because that has the blue sort of colour change. We'll start with the side of the box then for Buddy Matthews. Quite a freaky mask. The better half, Cheeky Monkey Kiara. She's probably not going to be impressed with the mask on that one. She doesn't like all these crazy mask-looking characters. So AEW Revolution 6/3/2022. You American friends getting these dates the wrong way around does confuse us UK folks. You can see all the other figures in the wave on the back there. Across to CM Punk himself, looking very young there. So, of course, no chest tattoos. So we'll find out, hopefully, the jacket is on the figure. So that isn't going to sort of stain the figure. Let's hope we get a nice, clean, sort of 2006, maybe, CM Punk chest there. And there is the tattooed man himself, Brody King, having a good old go at a puck there, it seems, on the back. And the same Revolution event, of course, as Buddy Matthews there. So that is the back of the boxes. So there's only one thing to do. We better get these bad boys open. Kind of feel bad ripping into the figures now. So there's CM Punk half ripped out. There'll be no hashtag flip open the flap today, because there's no flap to flip here. This old sort of blister style packaging, as I said, very reminiscent of the Jack's days of WWE figures. Not very collector friendly, so I'm gonna have to rip into them a bit more. Right then, so here is CM Punk out of the packaging. So we'll take a closer look. So he does have his little hooded jacket on, skull and crossbone symbol there on the chest. He's got the yellow sort of boxer shorts on there with Punk Unbeliever written down the side. And we come down to a first time in the line accessory, I do believe, the Ring of Honor microphone. And let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time we've ever got a Ring of Honor microphone. It's at least the first time I've ever got one, so that's pretty cool to see, with the old school Ring of Honor logo on. And then you've got the spare set of hands in the fist with the drug-free tattooed, of course, on the knuckles for the straight edge. So that is the front of Punk, and let's take a look at the back. From the back then, so we do have some nice sort of shading in the hair, some sort of fading down into the blonde cut there. You can see the plastic is there to try and protect the figure from the staining of the cloth goods, which I know is an issue with these AEW figures. You've got the triple X there for the straight edge on the back, down to the yellow shorts again. So overall it's looking pretty good, but let's take a closer look at that head sculpt. Right, so there's a close-up of the head. So it's not the greatest CM Punk head sculpt I'm going to ever see him say. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing. I think it looks better than some of the prototype images we've seen, but it's not the greatest, it's not the worst. For sort of medium head sculpt, I think that's how I'd rank it. But there you can get a much closer idea of what that is looking like. But overall, very nostalgic figure for me. CM Punk from this era, trying to watch him on I think it was Wrestle TV here in the UK on Sky. It was a free channel many years ago that used to show Ring of Honor. So I remember seeing Punk back from those days, and back in the early days of TNA over there, sort of Raven, all that things going on in TNA in the mid 2000s. So I'm very nostalgic for this version of Punk with the blonde hair, because of course by the time he got to WWE, he changed that haircut. But that is a good overview of Punk. I've got to get that jacket off though, so let's take a look. Right, so that is how he comes under the jacket. They have really wrapped him in plastic to try and stop the staining issue. And I think we might have a potential Christmas miracle on our hands, because I don't think he is stained, which is really good to see with this sort of bare chest of CM Punk. So let me get the plastic off and we will take a closer look. Well, I am very pleased to report, ladies and gentlemen, it indeed has happened. We have a completely stain-free AEW figure that was wearing black soft goods. So this really, truly is a Christmas miracle. And then it does look fantastic. Look at that. This is a real throwback kind of figure. So Jakks have gone for the Pepsi tattoo on the side. They've kind of given it their own twist to get past copyright. You've got home, of course, written on the wrist tape as well. So that's looking really good. And of course, G.I. Joe videos are big on my channel. So there is their attempt at the Cobra logo. So again, it's great to see that tattooed on the figure. As we come down to the shorts, you can see Punk on the one side looking very clean. And your Triple X on the other side again. Paint app's pretty crisp on this one. Alright, we're going to jump straight into a CM Punk size comparison. So this is the closest sort of era CM Punk I could find, which is my elite version of CM Punk from ECW days of WWE, when he just joined WWE. Of course, the scale, very, very different seemingly on these two figures. So the AEW version of Punk is much taller on the body buck there than the WWE version. And you've got the more of a come around there, more of the tattoo detail, of course, on the AEW one with the Pepsi and the G.I. Joe tattoos that you don't get. But there's a look at those two side by side. Now let's bring in a AEW CM Punk. And there's all three side by side. Of course, his jacket is on that version because it does have staining. So the Larry hoodie is still on. I think the blue and black sort of long shorts sort of version of Punk there is the best likeness of all the three. But I think nostalgia-wise, it's this middle one for me that's really doing it. So that is a good closer look at all three CM Punks for you if you're interested in how they sort of scaled with the other action figure lines. Right then, before we move on to the other two figures, we will go over CM Punk's articulation. I'll just do it on Punk because most of these AEW figures do have kind of standard articulation throughout the line, kind of on par almost with the Mattel Ultimate Edition. So we'll see what we can get out of this CM Punk. So the head, you can get a full 360 if you wanted to. The hair might get in the way there. You're actually getting some decent hair detailing there, I'm just noticing as well. So you can see the swept back hair there. Can we get any side to side? Not really. Any up and down? Yeah, we got good down. So you got a full down. Actually, from that angle, the face sculpt looks much better. So maybe I should face him down, but the hair's going to hinder and you're not going to get anything up. We can go full round at the arm there. We can come up? And I know these can be stiff. No, that's probably going to require a bit of heat, but again, I'm doing this straight out the packaging, but that would come up with a bit of heat. I know they can be a bit brittle, some of these AEW figures. You've got the double jointed elbow. It is pinned, but you do get the full double joint, so Punk can cut there you go, you can get a full cutting promo. It's all going on. Cut one on Seth Rollins, of course, or Tyler Black back in the days of Ring of Honor. So we've got full twist, a good torso twist there. So you can get some good crunching motions there. And you've got the ball at the waist, because these do pop off at the waist. So you can get some really good posing out of these AEW figures. I'm basically just playing with the figure on camera now, but that is the joy of action figures, isn't it? So lots of movement there. The legs will come out that far, is how much you'll get the leg there. You'll get that far up. Here, you're not going to get a lot of back. The shorts and his butt cheek there is going to hinder the back, so you're not going to get a lot back. We've got a full thigh swivel there. We've got a boot cut as well, so you have got boot cut for those that are wondering. You've got the double jointed knee. It's going to be a bit hindered by the knee pad, but you still get a good position out of that. So we can do all sorts of things. Cutting promos in a squat position. So that's articulation. Let's go on to the other two figures. Right then, so Buddy Matthews is out the packaging, and let's take a closer look. So we'll just go for a sort of body pan down then. So he's got his entrance vest on. It is a rubber sort of jacket. It's not soft goods at all. In terms of its accessories there, we've got the Christmas reindeer faces. That's what I'm going to call that one. So that's a nice face print on the mask there. You can see it if I come all the way around. In terms of interchangeable hands, again, you've just got a pair of fists. So you can see a bit of detailing on the knee pad there. He's got his long shorts underneath. We'll take a closer look at that head sculpt. So it's a pretty good head sculpt. I think it does look like him. Of course, he has had a WWE figure. Unfortunately, I've long since sold that one, so I can't do a straight comparison to the Buddy Murphy WWE figure there. But that's his look from the front. And you get some real good detailing on the back then. So you get the full spine and all the sort of back rib cage bones on the back of the overcoat there. So that's really good detailing. So it is fully painted, the detail there on that one. Let's see if I can get this jacket off, or maybe see if I can get his head swapped on, and we can see what he looks like in full reindeer mode. That looks pretty good then, in full reindeer mode indeed. Reindeer mode activated. So with his mask on, you have to sort of, it doesn't have a removable hood, so you've got to try and pull the hood back and sort of pull the head off and slot the new head in there to actually get the head on. But it does look very nice indeed. Some great detailing on the antler mask there. And there he is then, with the jacket taken off. He's got a bit of the Todd McFarlane toy side-eye there. He's looking to the side. And it is a painted skin tone on the face, as opposed to the flesh-coloured plastic on the body. So you can tell the difference kind of under natural light. It's not too noticeable, but you can tell it's there. Now you can see the cross-stitching and all the rips in his tights and everything there. And if I give him a live swivel on camera, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the back of his head sculpt detailing there. If I can get a good focus for you. And you can see where some of his hair sort of has the undercut, doesn't he? So it's all shaven on the sides and down there. And there is the rear view, where you can get a look at the pattern and the logo on the back of the figure there. So there he is, and let's go get his House of Black teammate. My goodness, has this fella got a lot of tattoos. So here is Big Brody King out of the packaging, looking very good from first glances. So again, he's got his entrance jacket on. As we come down, we will take a closer look when it's off. All the tattoo, you can see some of his boot detail in there. His reindeer face is sort of skull reindeer face there. So you come to that and a pair of interchangeable fists. But I have got one propping his little helmet up there because I can't get it to stand up without it. So that's that one. Back to the figure, and we'll turn him around for the rear view. And again on the back, you get the detail in there of the spine and the reverse sort of rib cage. And you come down to the boots, you've got the white painted detail on the back of the boots there. So let's try and get his mask on. And there he is then with the skull mask on, looking pretty intimidating, doesn't he? Wouldn't want to cross these on a dark night on the street. My goodness, so that does look really nice. So there's his skull mask, fully on, pops on nice and easily. Again, the hood isn't removable, so you've just got to sort of finagle it a bit, pop off the head sculpt and pop that one on. So let's have a look at these tattoos, shall we? My goodness, whoever's in charge of deco hits on this figure must have had a heart attack, because there's absolute bucket ton of the things. So take a look at the head sculpt there, have a look close up. Again, it's an okay likeness, not the best, not the worst, but that it kind of is the AEW line to me. It's sort of in between with the head sculpt. I think Mattel does beat them in the head sculpt, but the articulation for the price point and the tattoo detail, I think that's where I give the win to AEW over Mattel here from this line. So here, have a look at that stomach. You can really see there all the sort of crazy heads on the top, down to the detailing here. We come right in. Is that Toxic Crusaders? That looks like Toxie to me. That must be Toxic Crusaders. Well, I never knew that. See, I'm learning from my own figures. Down to the boot detail on the front. And we come round to the arms there. You can get the side view of the tattoos on the arms that side. If I give them a little spin, we'll come round to the tattoo detail on this side. Got the skull, everything there. And we come right round the back. They've not skimped any money on the back. Look at this. This is absolutely nuts. Yeah, man, we've got a couple of caged tigers or something coming through there. I've never really studied his tattoos. There is all sorts going on. So you can get a good sort of focused look in at the tattoo detail on this figure, because it is outstanding, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. So that is all the detailing of all Brody King. And there is a look at all three figures from today's review together. And overall, very pleased that I've picked these up again. I say to get rock and roll collectibles here in the UK. So do hit them up if you're after these figures. Now you're probably wondering, where's the leader of the House of Black? Where is Malachi Black? Well, I'll tell you where he is. He's down in the toy room. So what we're going to do is get these figures down in the toy room and place them in the collection. We're going to kind of main event the video down in the toy room. So stick around. We'll head down there and we'll get them in the collection. Right, and here we are down in the toy room, And there is the House of Black completed. So Brody King, Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews all together front and centre on the AEW figure display. So that is what they look like together. So they do scale up pretty much okay, I think, between them. Brody King, of course, being the tallest, so that's accurate. So that is nice to see them finally completed on the shelf. So let's get Punk in here as well, and I'll take you through the AEW collection. Right, there is CM Punk having a little chat to one of my other newest figures I got in, Samoa Joe. So I got him as well from Rock and Roll Collectibles. So nice little Christmas order I put in. So they're at the front there. So let's go through this collection then. So there's the Painmaker version of Chris Jericho, as well as the Okada figure from Super 7 in there. So I'll give you an overview of what I've done here. So I've got a double deep Kallax shelf is what I've done. And after AEW sort of all in London, Wembley Stadium that I managed to go to last year, I thought, gotta have an AEW wrestling figure display. So I had a few, but thought I'd go for a full sort of display unit here. So CM Punk and MJF from the sort of bloodbath battle there, the dog collar match there in my ring. So this is just like the child scale ring. I do have the big one, but it didn't really fit in there. Again, I do like these blood and guts packs. Look at John Moxley and Kenny Omega there at the front. Of course, and the greatest of all time, Sting, heading into his retirement soon. And if you want to hear me go absolutely crazy, I should record it myself as his entrance at All In when he came out to Seek and Destroy by Metallica with that WCW entrance music. I was losing my mind. There's Adam Cole baby at the front. Audrey Edwards is there in the ring. If I can get some focus, hopefully, in here. I've set the House of Black up, attacking John Moxley. That's one of the sort of chase versions of Moxley there, with the very, very short shorts on. At the back is the commentary table. You'll be able to see there of Excalibur, JR and Taz. And way at the back, we got all sorts of things going on. And there's a Kenny Omega in the entrance. So that is, it's hard to get the camera in there for that angle, but that is the overview of the actual AEW collection. And I come to the side, that's where the WWE rings are getting set up. So it's one big wrestling display. And as I pan down, even more rings, even more wrestling figures. So you may have tell I've been quite the action figure collector for many a year now, with mainly WWE, but I have branched out here into AEW. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video. So please, of course, leave your comments and thoughts below down there. Tickle that like button on the way out and subscribe if you're new to the channel. So plenty more videos to come in 2024. I've got to get them top 10s underway. So I've been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK, and I will see you, of course, on the next video.